Well, first off, I want to welcome you here. You're like one of our favorite lifers. But tell me a little bit about what you're thinking about when you take a picture like this.
Pretty much what I want to capture emotion. I wanted to capture that wow, like you had mentioned when I first started. You said that you want somebody to look at that picture and say wow. And then when I do that, that's what I look for in those, that moment. I try to capture the face, the feel, give you the overall sense of what is going on. So anybody who maybe couldn't make it, or they can share it with their family members and just be proud of that moment that I captured of their child, or the player can be proud of that moment that I captured of them. This was actually a fun charity event. You wouldn't know it necessarily from that, the determination that she has in her face. But that's what I look for is the eyes. I really try to focus on the eyes. That shows a lot. One of the fellow photographers, we get to know each other throughout the different organizations and groups and whatnot. And it was recommended that, the eyes tell the story, and that's what I always look for.
It's a tricky sport just because the camera is very focused on the water sometimes and not the person. So it's sometimes tough to get real crisp focus. What are you thinking as you shoot?
For swimming, yeah, it's timing, a lot of timing. That's another one, believe it or not, gets quite emotional. Everybody gets involved, everybody supports each other. I love this kind of sports like that. No matter how good you are, everybody supports each other equally, and there's a lot of emotion involved in that one as well.
Every moment felt like, okay, these kids get it, that this might be their last time playing, even in the beginning of the year or late. I mean, it was almost like playoff football all season long, or playoff sports all season long, because the kids didn't know when they get to play again.
And it was on the same flip side, it was hard that if a game ended and didn't necessarily, those moments you capture where it's, you feel for them. My son had graduated right before all this started, so I was blessed, but he had friends that were in their senior high school when COVID first hit, and their seasons and this was like, going to track and field, that was going to be the season they were going to set the school record, and that got taken away from them. The whole season was canceled, so I'm happy to see that kids got a chance this year. I just love the contrast, and I didn't even think about it at the moment, but then when I saw it later on, it just became one of my favorites because it was just the neat contrast.
The thing I love about the parade there is you see personalities of every kind, and it's just, they're having a great time.
Yeah, and they did a great job. It's with all the parades and all the events, everybody did a great job in doing the social distancing or the precautions, and yet still giving everybody the opportunity to have fun, because it's like we almost needed it more this year than ever before.
And it's amazing to me how immersed you got in their team. You're not a invisible bystander by any stretch of the imagination. You get involved with these people.
I try to. I really do. And it's more fun even now. I knew not everybody can come down there. Not everybody's families could be down there. So it was my goal to capture as much of it as I could for those who couldn't drive down to Indy and be there. There were limited tickets in this situation. So I wanted to really give anybody back home that feel of, hey, this is my grandchild, this is whoever, this is my friend, that's my neighbor,
What I loved about this gallery is you had a picture like this of every single player. And those are the kids that sometimes might not get to play a lot, but they all went to state and they all got to share that experience, and you captured it.
This was just a personal challenge for me. The header shots has always been hard for me. So I had determined that this soccer season I was going to get at least one good shot. And I did. I was so surprised when I actually got it, because I didn't know at first I had gotten it until I had actually pulled them up and was looking at them later. I was like, oh my gosh. I think I even sent it to a couple of you guys, like, look, I did it. This was a fun picture. This has been one of my first favorites that I saved. I save a favorite out of every gallery, and this was one of the ones. Just the determination, like he's just not giving up.
What do you love, just as a recap, what do you love about being out there? I think it's very much the same thing that I do, but what do you love about being on the sidelines?
Being immersed with it, the fun. It's so much fun just being involved with everybody. Not supposed to be, don't know anything about reporting prior to this, but you hear, oh, is that a reporter supposed to be neutral and not involved? You can't help with these kids and the events that we go to get involved. And I really love how positive it all is.
Thanks for spending a couple minutes with us. Thanks for sharing some of your best spots. And I can't wait to see what you capture next.